Day 59, Min Beneath the Trees. And it's too glorious a day not to be under Min's beautiful gum. "Oh, Min, thank Mother Orb you're back," he hooted as she landed. "We have to save Cassian, Otlin. He's trapped," Min cried out. Another explosion sounded in the near distance and swirled about them with smoke and cinders, forewarning the arrival of the Scarolones. "All on board now. Lead the way," Otlin commanded. "Farewell, beloved council. Farewell, Shinare, Glarul, and Shimmerin. Fight and live, I beg you," Min cried out as Otlin soared into the face of the approaching firestorm. "Farewell, precious Glins. You are part of our law now. You are in our hearts. Go safely." Min's tears spilled. There was no stopping them. Fitlin came to her side. "I feel your pain." Min reached for his hand. It was getting darker. The wind spiraled about them, blotting out their passage with eye-stinging smoke and scorching air. The fire's clamour cannoned through the trees. Flames and rolling clouds of smoke rose high above the valley wall in the north, choreographing a hellish dark through the blackening sky. Embers spewed everywhere, towering leagues into the atmosphere. It was awesome and spine-chilling. It saturated Min with dread. "Here, Otlin, here!" Priska shouted, attempting to light up her exhausted body as she sensed rather than saw his shape appear through the smoke. "You're a right mess," Otlin declared as he slowed to hover a little way back from the billow pillow where Cassian lay trapped. Cassian managed a rueful grin. Fitlin launched himself from Otlin's back to land on his beak. "I'll use the ancestral dagger to cut him free. You'll need to get a little closer," he instructed, "but not so close that I get stuck too." Fitlin held up the ancestral dagger, its blade glowing with the reflections of the inferno. "Release Cassian," he commanded. The dagger swung upwards, then dipped towards the web. Except for his swiveling eyes nervously watching the blade approach, Cassian lay motionless. In one quick circular movement, the glinting dagger released Cassian into a sticky clump. Imperceptibly at first, then gaining speed, the clump dribbled down the billow pillow towards the ground. "Whoa! No, Cassian! Otlin, quick!" Fitlin screamed out. Radian, Matilda, and Min moved rapidly to Otlin's beak. Otlin dipped his beak and folded his wings in tightly against his side. Using just their tips to keep airborne, he began a careful maneuver to drop down the side of the billow pillow. Within a leaf's length from ensnaring them all and bedlam all about, the four Glins concentrated only on retrieving the clump that was Cassian. Precious minutes ticked past as Otlin painstakingly caught up to the tumbling clump. "Ready now, haul him in," Fitlin shouted. The four Glins stretched out their 8 arms, which stuck to the sticky mass, helping them to get Cassian onto Otlin's beak, over his head and onto his back. Otlin wasted no time turning towards Micah. They'd escaped in the nick of time. Min was helping the Glins delicately pull the web off Cassian when her wings began to judder violently. "We're in danger," she cried out. "We're in terrible danger. It's close, it's fiery, and it's evil." The height of a mature silver radiant, a scissorlord, loomed high above the river Micah. Chapter 36, Falling in the Furore. Eco 7, dark. It's got a face," Min stammered. She couldn't tear her gaze from its hideous features. Still some distance away, the scissorlord was so gigantic, Min could make out a leering black mouth. Flames spat with menace from its orb-like head as it shimmered and writhed on top of a twisted tower of roiling flame. It whipped towards them, circled, bent backwards, and hurled shards of flame in every direction. Its momentum grew with each gyration, creating a spinning vortex of scorching fire and wind. The heat was unbearable. "How close is it?" Otlin called over his shoulder, flying frantically for the middle of the river and banking towards Scarpel. Min raced through his feathers to the tuft behind his left ear, bellowing, "It's about to throw a fireball!" "Are we the target?" Priska asked, quivering. "Maybe not," Matilda answered. "I think we're too small." It's probably after bigger prey. It looks as if it's headed for the council, Min groaned. From nowhere, and yet everywhere, a head-splitting racket erupted, cackling, howling, and screeching like a leman's of demons. It was so shrill, Min was certain it would shatter her bones. She put her fingers in her ears and winced. Ooh-ee-ah-ooh, ooh-ee-ah-ooh. The demented laughter rang through the valley, bouncing off the river's surface and amplified by Scarpel's majestic cliffs. Through the air-drumming, piercing cacophony, Min recognized it as Cook's howling orchestra, right on cue. The scissor stopped circling and started to wobble, as if it had lost its center of gravity. Like a top reaching the end of its gyration, it yawed, first one way, then the other, and it began to shudder. The orchestra grew loud. The sound was overwhelming and deafening. It dominated every sense, even for those who understood its source. Min wobbled. Fitlin grabbed her, forcing her reluctant arms around a strong feather shaft. He moved quickly to the others, repeating the maneuver before grabbing a shaft beside Min. The scissor made a last desperate attempt to regather, paused for a moment. Sensing its crisis, Cook's orchestra shrilled louder. Bewildered and disorientated, the scissor crumpled in on itself and tumbled into the river. Micah frothed and hissed, consuming it and its molten malice forever. Cook's orchestra, witnessing the scissor destruction, gave a last united cackle and fell silent. There was no time for celebration. Through the cloud of its dying steam, Min counted at least another 7 towers of flames, advancing fast across the northern valley wall. How will the laughing flappers keep that up for an army of scissor-lords? Fitlin voiced what everyone scarcely dared to think. Min was certain she would explode with fright. Her body ran in rivulets of sweat. Her hair hung in rats' tails. She was nauseous, and she was battling to catch her breath. And I'll see you beneath the trees tomorrow.